So apparently my thing keeps cutting off after a certain time. First it let me go for an hour, and I was like, I'm just saying too much. And now it just cut off at 23, so it's going to keep me on my toes as far as rambling on and on. But anyways, I hope I established at least what I've come to learn, how vulnerable you are to more trauma once you've been traumatized already. And for a while there in Detroit, I was out of it. I was really kind of out of it. I'm grateful for the people that I met that are still reaching out to me to this day. Still waiting for me to get my shit together as far as what was planned in this music field and entertainment industry and my artwork and all that kind of stuff. I appreciate you guys for still being there, still checking in on me. And you're going to see me soon, because I am determined that this is not going to end up as a tragedy, which seems to be something is in my life wanting that to happen. And I'm not going to let that. In Jesus' name. I know names are powerful. And I'm not exactly like the Christian or whatever, but I do know there's power in names, and I know who Jesus Christ is, just like I know who Muhammad is, Buddha, and all these prophets who all say the same thing. They've been trying to tell us, people are starting to figure it out now too. And that's going to be something I'm not even going to, maybe I'll hit in a different channel, because me and my kids had plans to do podcasts together and stuff. We're still going to do all of these things, I promise. But the whole thing about the Bible and religion and spirituality and voodooism, I'm just glad and thankful I had a parent that I did, and my mom, who taught me things at a very young age and helped explain certain experiences that I was having, and helping anyone really to realize what kind of abilities that they may have, which really anybody has, but some are just more in tune or more open to it than others. Anyways, so coming back to Spokane, which I've been asked, why would I do that? It was the worst thing for me to do, worse than going to Detroit, apparently, and I have to agree, because here there's a lot of racism that I kind of picked up on before, but it never was I was never in a situation where it would affect me or bother me to a degree that it would change my life or affect my kids. When my daughter first came to Spokane, one of her first questions was, where are all the black people? And there was a time we went to Walmart and saw an older black gentleman, and what she noticed from that encounter, where he was just like, hey, how you guys doing type of thing, she noticed that when you do run into a black person, they're like so happy to see you. But that is what it's like in Spokane, and coming into a new way of perceiving this place. I see what a lot of people are now talking about, and unfortunately I am like in it to the degree that I am, that has me reaching out for answers, support, for help, in exchange for a story that I believe is going to expose a lot, from corruption to the way things are handled here to the effect it has on children involved in these domestic violence situations. and the mentality that's out here, that I'm not sure how that would change, really. They have all these nonprofit organizations in place, the Karl Maxey Center, Northwest Justice Project, A Way to Justice, all these things that doesn't seem to be making the impact that they should. Sandy, who was running part of the Karl Maxey project, who passed away in an airplane crash, was making significant strides. And with the whole conspiracy theory trend going on, I wouldn't even necessarily call it a trend. I'd just call it a conscious awakening. Makes me wonder about that airplane or helicopter crash, whatever it was. It was untimely, and during a really high point in this woman's life as far as her influence on changing this area and improving the way things are done and laws are followed. The court puts these laws in place that they don't even follow. But anyways, so yeah, coming here to Spokane with a DUI on my record only made me vulnerable to more of this bullshit out here. They tried to put another DUI on me when I hadn't even been drinking, but I admitted to the cop like a stupid idiot that I did take a sip of some light beer my friend had, because it was a packed bar. That's why you guys were parked across the street watching everyone, right? And I was hella thirsty. And if you guys were paying attention to when I pulled up and left, was like in a minute of like 20 minutes. No way I can get hammered in that time. Their excuse for pulling me over was I was going like 10 miles over the speed limit, which I'm pretty sure I was, because I was just following the flow of traffic, and there's people actually going faster than me. Plus there was no speed signs, which are now there, but they weren't then. Now this one I was going to fight because I was not drunk. Still being compliant, because at this time now, I ended up getting pregnant when I shouldn't have. And I say that on all aspects, because I was not planning on getting into a relationship. I did not want one. I was too busy trying to get back on track and regrouping from Detroit, that experience. And I wouldn't say careless, because this person I ended up getting pregnant by, we used protection, despite the fact that I was told in Detroit I was an early onset menopause. I had relationships in Detroit where no protection was used. Steady relationship and not even a close call. So I tended to believe that I may be in early onset menopause. Come to find out, I had 7 fibroids. And when I